Welcome to Tech Talks Education, your go-to podcast for exploring the fascinating world of instructional technology. I'm Wendy. Today, we'll be diving into the evolution of learning by first exploring the historical context and also the influences. Then we'll go into some case studies and also the future trends. Join us as we uncover the historical milestones and future trends that shape the way we teach and learn. This is From Chatbots to Chatbots. Let's get started. All right, let's start the discussion by talking about the historical context and also the influences surrounding education. Joining us today, we have some experts in the field. So let me introduce you one by one. We have on my right, my dear Wang Zhongli, a creative educator from China, teaching Chinese to foreign students, and she's always eager to incorporate new technological tools like TikToks and WeChat broadcasts into her lessons. Say hi.
Oh, hi everyone, it's Zhongli. I'm so excited to join this discussion. Yeah.
And on my left, I have my dear Mr. Xin Chao, a passionate math teacher from China who is integrating mental health into education. He begins every classroom with a relaxation technique to foster a calm learning environment. Give it up to Mr. Xin Chao.
Nice to meet you guys. Enjoy the interviews. Thanks.
All right, lovely. In this day and age, we may be familiar with the tangibles of a classroom, right? We have the textbook. We have smart boards, computers, and so on. However, many of these have evolved over the years. Some would even say classrooms back then are very different from classrooms now. Mr. Xin Chao, walk us through it. Share with us the historical development of education in brief.
Okay, that's my pleasure. In my opinion, I have two periods. The first one is pre-19th century. It's about traditional education. The education from the beginning, something like the rural oral tradition and apprenticeship. Something like face-to-face, one by one, something about the skills and maybe like how to fishing, how to cook dinner, something like that. Yeah. Then when we go down, we go to the ancient medieval education. As you know, at that time, the religion is very popular in Europe. They have so much money to create hundreds of universities, like Oxford is created in that time. Then the second period is about the early 18th century. We go into the industrial age education, because as you know, the industry makes the labor move from the rural area to the city, and they want to employ it into the factory. Then they need maybe basic knowledge and skills. So,
let me just interject. What do you think are like some of the basic subjects that are being taught in mass education? What do you think are some of the basic subjects when the Industrial Revolution started?
Yeah, maybe English, writing, how to writing, and mathematics, some basic skills. Then have many subjects for them to study. Even the factor they will employ even very little child. So from the country view, they make many laws to let the children also have the chance to study.
Wow.
Yeah. So the law is very, very important for labor. So it's become the mass education and the studyization, and also about the curricular.
Wow. So you talk about laws, and I feel like a lot of like what we are doing right now relates to law. But I also like to understand the theoretical part. Do you think that when we have mass education, are there any important learning theories that we are dealing with?
Yeah, of course. Like the behaviorism. The popular scholar is about the scanners. Skinner,
yeah.
It's about a very famous experiment about the dog. Then every time the starter give the dog with meat and have the bowl. Bell.
Ring the bell.
Every day goes on. Maybe after a few periods, then if the studier only gives the bell and no meat, also the dog have the.
There's a library.
There.
That's true. That's true.
This experiment is very famous. So from the behaviorism, they also gives the publishment and the reinforcement. It's very useful from the education to every period of the education.
Wow.
So
that's also interesting because I like that, we actually base this learning theory on whatever that we can see, like the behavior of the dog. But we are applying the behavior of the dog to human beings, which is a little bit interesting. But I believe along the way, there are more development. Now, let me invite my dear Zhongli to talk about further developments. Do you think that, education-wise, we still compare human beings to dogs, like as in behaviorism, or what happened later on?
Okay, so let's move to the major 20th century.
Okay,
In this period of time, I really think our society was developed very fast. That's because, in this period of time, the radio and the television, has become very popular in our everyday's life. So the knowledge can be seen, can be shown very vivid from the radio and the TV programs. Yes. So in this case, our children, our students, our learners, we can learn the knowledge while we just sitting at home.
So instead of learning in the classroom with teachers, we can also learn on radios, on television. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay. So what does that bring us to? Like what happens next?
And after that, in the late 20th century, we entered into another era. Yeah, we can call it the digital era. Why? In this period of time, another very significant thing occurred. That is computer. Yes. Yes, as we all know, it's really a very great invention.
It is.
Yeah. So in this time, the computer can be bought by personal.
Everyone can have their own devices.
Yes.
And do you think like with all these new changes in like how we learn, like we learn from the radio to the television to the computer, are there any guiding learning theories that help us understand how students learn?
Yes, I think the cognitivism theory really has a significant guidance for the development of all of these things. Yes, and we have two key scholars in who has made a very significant contribution to this theory, and it's Piaget and
French name. Piaget.
Yes, and the other one is Vygotsky.
Yes, Vygotsky.
Vygotsky, yes. Yes, they introduced the cognitivism theory to us, and this really made a very significant contribute to the development of the education, of the technology.
Yeah. I feel like I do agree. These big thinkers, they have really shaped the way we conduct a classroom, and they have really shaped the way how we understand, how should we teach the students. And, I have a general question just to throw it out to the both of you. Do you think students are using more technology or less technology these days?
Of course, more technology. But in fact, using technology has both positive side and negative side.
Interesting.
Yes, firstly, let's start from positive side. Just like we have mentioned, with the development of the technologies, the students can learn anywhere and anytime.
Sure.
Yeah, it's much more convenient than before. Because before the students only can learn by the guidance of teachers.
Sure.
I mean, maybe they can only learn during the study time when they are in the classroom. But now, even without a teacher, if we want to learn, we have many ways. We have many ways to get access to very rich learning materials.
Wow.
Yeah, it's much more.
That's very interesting. So, like what Joey has mentioned, she said that we can do without the teacher.
So many kinds of, so many ways.
Do you
Yes.
agree with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that in this modern day classroom, we don't need a teacher anymore? Is that the case?
Maybe in the future, I think the really important thing is about ethic. Maybe some other people they will use the technology to let the student learn some not good things,
Okay,
so
that's true,
I think
yeah.
it's very important. And also nowadays the AI is very popular. It can help even every student. Then how to use it, then positive or negative, that's very important, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're talking about something way more. We're uncovering a lot of secrets about the educational field right now, and I think it deserves more conversation. Now we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you in a
See
bit.
you.